Welcome back to Lords of Shadow.
The labyrinth.
So he has found another of Gandalf's upgrades. This was unforeseen, though it should prove useful in the challenges.
I forgot to read the script before recording this narration.
Before him. I wonder if you know what truly lies ahead for you, Gabriel.
I have no creative control over this.
The land of the Lycans. This ruined city now belongs
Not to be confused with the land of the Lake Dins. They keep sending out invitations and no one responds.
Or the land of the lost, where I send those invitations.
You need to crush him into the dust, like the worm that he is.
Oh, please don't tell me the boss is a worm.
No, this game isn't that silly.
Okay.
Bird.
Burb, come back. Honk.
There is a lot of neutral NPC wildlife. A surprising amount, especially early on in the game. Anyway,
this guy's an asshole. I'm going over to House.
Uh-oh. We gotta do something about this door.
Damned English oak.
Well, I think we found our solution to that.
That is a big pig.
Yep, it's a warthog. So, technically, the gimmick that you're supposed to do... Oh, that's the charged attack with the dagger, by the way. I haven't really used it until now. The gimmick with the warthog is that you're supposed to trick him into charge him into a wall. But you don't have to use that to defeat him, and I was never really able to get him to do it.
He just does not want to work with you here.
I think it might have something to do with whether or not there's a goblin riding him or not. I think it might be that the goblin is able to tell him to stop. And that if he's riderless, then he's able to... that he's too stupid. But, I don't know. I'll have to confirm that with the guide that I'm using.
He does seem to go a little bit crazy.
The trial for this level is awful. I'll have to get to that later. Anyway, so we picked up the spike chain, and that allows us to ride large enemies, including wargs and warthogs and spiders. And anyway, here's the warthog. Warthog's really fun to use. Just plow through enemies.
I think I saw this on a Magic the Gathering card once.
Yeah, there's a lot of Magic and D&D influence. Like, I'm pretty sure one of the late game bosses has a name taken directly from D&D.
They made a mistake not copywriting any of those.
Yeah.
Here at Konami, we have engines that can render 30 to 50 feral hogs.
But only 30 to 50. Any more and it crashes.
It caps out. You hit 51, blue screen.
Here at the Englishman Let's Plays, we always make sure to use our memes that are at least 6 months out of date. No more or less.
We prefer to call them aged artisanal memes.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy is, he's sort of given up.
I think they all have at this point.
Yeah, but this one has put it to paper. He's being particularly melodramatic about his sorrows. Also, for some reason, when I grab and finish off this goblin and he doesn't drop a grenade. Maybe it's because he was the last goblin left alive. I don't know. Usually you don't find goblins in situations where there's one left. Usually when you fight goblins they spawn infinitely, so I can't really test that.
Weird that there would be only one.
Yeah, it is strange. You don't often see goblins in small packs like that. Anyway, more balancing. And it's just as fun as it was in the spiders areas.
I can see where having to do that frequently gets annoying.
Thank God for fast forward. All right, here's a life gem, and there's a scroll up in the top level over there.
Oh, sure, you don't have to balance on that one.
I love this one because it's the most game mechanic-y scroll that we've seen so far. It's a way to tell you that perfect parries increase your focus far more. I have found that holding down the A button increases the length of my jump. I am sure to report the Brotherhood this information. It is incredibly vital.
And he takes it back to the Brotherhood. A button? Are you having a stroke?
You idiot, we're all using PS4 controllers. What the hell's an A button?
Except for Brother Chad, he's PC Master Race.
Yeah, so here's another thing that I forget whether we've shown it off before, but you can sort of kick off of walls and use the extended momentum to increase the length of your jump. Here's something taken straight out of God of War.
Push it, boy.
Now this is classic God of War. My PS2 God of War. And even more classic PS2 God of War is being interrupted in the middle of it by enemies. I distinctly remember this happening multiple times in Pandora's Temple in the original God of War.
We've taken all the best mechanics and mixed in all the worst mechanics.
Yeah. At some point we didn't know when to stop.
We're just gonna pet the puppy here for a bit. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to grab all the neutral orbs, especially with like the subtle increase that it has to the camera shake.
Did the little monkey just get killed by a big monkey?
Those were trolls, but yes.
Okay.
And this is just about sub-weapon stuff that I already talked about earlier.
Oh, good. He's going to take some notes. No, he never finished that project.
Nope. Well, we'll come back to this wall. Also, I want to show this off. This was in the previous level in that other path. I'm deliberately wasting daggers here, but this is a dagger resupply bag. You run low on daggers, you can refill all of them.
You can top off.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Now I can't remember whether God of War did this mechanic at all. Maybe one of the PSP games did it. Having an enemy steal your crank. So I decided to, wait until last so I could just, show off some more moves here by fighting the extra goblins. But basically, as soon as... also, that's one of the weaknesses of having no block or dodge button in midair, because grenades will detonate if you're in the middle of a grab, for instance.
So there are no iframes in your jump and your attack.
Only place where I really found invincibility is in the start of a grab on the ground. That's it.
Oh, he's a biggin.
Nice bit of friendly fire there. So this is the greater lycanthrope. These enemies are bastards. I really don't like them. Not so much individually, but in groups they can be really awful. Especially because that unblockable attack they have right there, that swipe that they do after blocking, is really punishing, and it has a very small window. And if you don't know the rule about blocking enemies and unblockable attacks, it can be a very nasty surprise.
So in other words, we're not so sure what's great about him, but here he is, folks, the greater lycanthrope.
Yep. Well, this part's pretty great.
Glory kills. Rip and tear.
So here's the unfortunate part. So there's an enemy that grabbed the crank. Unfortunately, it's stuck in the geometry, so I'm not able to grab it. Thankfully, though, I can restart from checkpoint, and when you do that, the crank respawns in the middle of the arena.
Mildly annoying.
Yeah, it's not a game-breaking thing, but I did think it was kind of funny.
Guys, he's cranking it. Quick, spawn some enemies.
They already tried that once. It didn't work. He's too good at that.
They're just gonna give up after one. And Kratos is standing on the sidelines. In my day, they spawned them in waves at every crank. Oh, well, the door's open.
Well, game's over. See you next time.
And so ends the adventures of Gabriel.
He died the way he lived, vulnerable during cutscenes.
This ancient city occupies many layers, each one being the foundation for the next.
It was very ogre-like that way.
I built my castle in a swamp, and it sank.
He has shown great resilience, but this journey will take him longer than anticipated and deeper than any man has ever ventured in centuries. He will need all his wits to find an alternative route into the heart of the city, where his destiny awaits him.
Wow.
So this level
What a hole.
can be pretty short, but if you're trying to get all the collectibles, it's really annoying. Thankfully, there's one right next to us. And this one is about finding other corpses, which I think the player is already very well familiar with that by now.
If I collect enough, I will become invincible. Oh, you were just short, bud. That is a really, really far draw distance, or they are really good at hiding the fact that those are low poly.
Yeah, I think it's probably the latter. I doubt that those waterfalls are even attached to the rock formations, but it's really good trickery.
Konami taking matte paintings to the next level.
And the second game has a freeform camera, and it looks just as good. Sorry, the third game, which is Lords of Shadow 2. I keep forgetting there's a spin-off game in the middle, and it's very confusing about the numerology.
Chronologically confused.
Well, it's not chronologically confused, because the three games are sequels to each other, but it just goes 1 Mirror of Fate, and then 2. And they're all one after the other in the timeline. Anyway, so now that we've had our spike, or the spike chain, that means that we're not just gonna kill this spider.
Oh.
They've got other plans for it.
Oh, please tell me you can just ride it up a wall.
I was trying to see if I could parry the web, and you actually can't. You have to dodge it. You can't even block it.
Yeehaw!
It's like forcing you to do a tutorial on the light gems, assuming that, you know, you were very direct and literal and hadn't done any exploring.
Hey, look, more climbing puzzles.
Yeah, there's, well, not much of a puzzle to the climbing sections. There will be some later, but that's much later in the game. For now, they're mostly just just small set pieces to break up the action. We won't be seeing much of the tricky platforming until the latter half of the game. And it's at that point where it becomes the traditional Castlevania controller throwing frustration that we know and possibly love.
I mean, in a sick way, we loved it.
Yeah.
It was a toxic relationship, but we enjoyed it.
At least you're able to jump while you're on stairs.
Oh, thank God.
Although they did, in a strange way, bring back some of the old jump physics of not being able to control your jump, but only in a... Not in a... You'll see what I mean later.
Okay.
You still can't control your jump here. Yeah, greater lycanthropes are... we will learn to hate the greater lycanthropes once we start fighting them in groups.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yep. This game loves to show itself off. One thing it has in common with Empress Theresa. I wonder how many people will actually get that reference.
Listen, if you haven't read it, it's the most perfect book ever, according to its author and a bunch of the characters that he's written in tone of in Amazon reviews.
Anyway, so yeah, having a greater lycanthrope as like the general, among other lesser lycanthropes, is also annoying. But more so in that it's more about crowd control and just general field of play editing. You just want to make sure that you keep your distance when you know that you can see the greater lycanthrope, and use a lot of ranged attacks.
I have learned...
Yeah, this is go back to replay previous levels, and these are becoming more and more video gamey by with every scroll. I love it.
Hey guys, have you subscribed to Nintendo Power? They have useful tips like this all the time.
Hey, have you played Konami's most recent patchy slot? I hear it's great.
Hey guys, 2 new Silent Hill games. Why not? We'll jump on that bandwagon.
Alright, that's the new move, whose name I forgot because I was too busy laughing to pay attention to the screen, but I'm sure I'll go back and... Yeah, anyway. That's the hold Y attack, which is actually very useful. and it can be upgraded later to be even more useful. Some of the heavy attacks that like there could actually be, we can upgrade them later so that the finishing move can break enemy blocks.
Oh, nice.
Why, hello there, Gabriel. I'm Steffi the Troll. Nice to meet you.
Gabriel's like, yeah.
Oh, it's a living. Oh, shit.
Oh, well. Hey, guys, Dad's here.
What did I tell you about playing with humans, Steffi?
Do not talk to me or my son ever again.
Anyway, I'm pretty happy with this fight. It went pretty well. Trolls can be difficult to deal with, both on and offline. Especially this troll. This troll, I didn't even give him a chance to insult my mother. That's how thoroughly I destroyed him.
He does have a pretty wicked case of red eye there. He's been behind the screen for too long.
Alright, so, you can, yeah, we're gonna ride the troll, and, again, these enemies just keep respawning. It's related to the trial for this level, which Chapter 2 has so many awful trials. We'll get to that in a later video. I just sped this up, because I wanted to grind a bit of XP. So eventually what you have to do is just break down that pile of boulders with the troll.
Crunk smash!
So there's two paths here.
Branching paths.
Both of them are perfectly viable.
Bet your ass there's something back there.
Of course, it's a waterfall in a video game. I just love how melodramatic the upgrade music is.
It's a little like the Symphony of the Night upgrades. The whole game grinds to a halt. You get your piece of upgrade, you know, your health container, your magic container.
Yeah, I do like how Bloodstained gave you the option to turn on or off the ridiculously intricate level up screen. Just for kicks.
Nope. Just for authenticity, that stays on.
Unless you're speedrunning it.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, come on, that screen was like 15 seconds long. Oh, great. More of these guys. Yeah, it's really hard to tell when exactly that wind-up is going to start when the Lycanthrope's back is to you.
Yeah.
I mean, the greater Lycanthropes are a lot easier to manage when it's a more open arena area and the camera's, you know, further back. Oh, also, they have a ranged attack. They don't use it very often, though. They're more about swiping with their claws more than using a stomp or a pound.
They don't seem brutally unfair, just really, really bullshitty.
One-on-one, they're not unfair, but particularly when it comes to that unblockable attack, it gets awful in groups. There's one trial in a later level in this chapter where the best area to do it is in an area that has, I think, 3 or 4 Lycanthropes in a very small arena, and it's terrible. Anyway, enough complaining about future levels. Let's complain about this level instead. I promise you, I actually like this game.
Oh, no. It's a great game. No game is above nitpicking.
Oh, definitely not.
Right now, I'm just admiring how beautiful these caves are.
Anyway, here's a spider. Oh no, spider. Don't go over that bridge. Damn it, we were so close to avoiding a boss fight.
Nope. Game just ain't gonna give it to you.
So that was the hold Y attack that I bought earlier.
Can almost cheese it with that, but not quite.
Yeah, it doesn't have any flinching to it. It just sort of stacks damage. And it does stack a lot of damage very quickly.
Yeah. I'm noticing that in combat, they're pretty fair in both directions with this. Like, you're not gonna necessarily infinitely stun lock something, you know?
Yeah, and that one time I was able to break out of the web, mostly because the spider was mostly because the spider decided to dodge out of the way a little bit.
Oh, you can't take the spider with.
Nope. Sorry, buddy.
But thanks for the help.
Sorry, Charlotte.
Oh. Didn't even get to see the kids make little parachutes and fly away from Wilbur.
That was actually Charlotte's sister. Well, that level was a little repetitive, but good news is we're about to get a new mechanic. Sort of a new mechanic. You'll see. I'm surprised, given all the statue faces there, that this is a Konami game, that there are no Easter Island heads. Perfect opportunity for a Gradius reference. Ruined. Oh, hey, there's that weird little face door switch that we saw earlier. In the last
Another
video.
thing you can't open.
Not yet, anyway. But what's behind here, I wonder?
Surprise, it's another dead guy.
A dead body. I've never seen one before. Maybe I could put this up on my Etsy store. Yep, so to go along with our light magic, we have shadow magic. This game really likes to hammer home the light and shadow motif. And I mean really hammer it home.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what that does.
So here's the thing. We use the left stick to refill our light magic. You click it in, and you use the right stick to fill the shadow magic bar.
So you have to kind of pick and choose.
Well, no, you can click both sticks at the same time to fill them both.
Oh.
And shadow magic buffs your power, the power of your attacks.
Oh, wow.
It is kind of disappointing that it's still like the same weapon. It doesn't change your weapon or anything, but you know, whatever. So if you activate shadow magic, it opens that door.
Oh.
Yeah, I already explained that game. I'm ahead of you. You're taking my job, goddammit. Who's Let's Playing?
The game just kind of lets plays itself. We're just here to offer insightful commentary.
Yeah, that is kind of the problem of LPing a patronizing game like this. Oh well. So yeah, as you can see, I'm doing a lot more damage. With those damage numbers come up as red, it means I'm using shadow magic. And when the damage numbers come up as like that sort of lightly tinted blue, that means you're using light magic. I don't know what the hell I was doing there.
Just checking to see if there's something behind the rocks. It's cool. That would be a very Konami thing to do. Hide shit behind something you can't see.
I had a video walkthrough I was following, and I knew that there were like no more collectibles at this point, so not much of an excuse there. Also, that was kind of an interesting puzzle there. As scripted as some of the platforming is, it still has a couple of interesting ideas.
You know, it's easy to draw a parallel to God of War here. Some of this feels a little bit like Uncharted.
I think I don't think I would make the comparison to either of them, because I mean, God of War's platforming was a lot more dynamic, so it at least allowed you more freeform ideas and challenges. At least because remember, this was 2010, so really it only had the first 3 God of War games to compare to.
And that is the weirdest place to put a level end.
Yep. This there are definitely some levels that end in really weird places. But next video, we're going to meet a new character, and we're going to get another big plot dump as well.
I always feel the best after a big plot dump.
Yeah, more plot. We're going to learn about the city of Agartha. Find out what's the deal with that, and maybe learn a bit more about Gabriel's situation and everything else. So see you next time.